The example you are looking at is a workbook. The name of the workbook is called East North Central FT Workers. A workbook is essentially a container that holds your worksheets. When people refer to an Excel workbook, they are referring to the entire Excel file. A worksheet is the actual spreadsheet you work in. There can be many worksheets in a workbook. Worksheets are similar to pages in a book. Excel 2013 includes a File tab. The File tab exposes the Backstage View. In the Backstage View, you find every command you need to manage and work with Excel workbooks. The more common tasks found are opening Excel workbooks, creating new workbooks, and saving workbooks. The Backstage View also provides options to share files, see file information, and access Excel application options. In this video, we are concentrating on managing workbooks and worksheets. Opening an Excel workbook. To open an Excel workbook, you go to the File tab, you click Open. You have options to open recent workbooks. You can choose workbooks and worksheets on your SkyDrive. You can choose from your computer. For this demonstration, we are going to choose a workbook from our computer. So to open a workbook from my computer, I choose Computer, then I click Browse, and now I can go and look for the workbook. And the workbook is opened. To create a new workbook, again, I go to File, I click New. It opens up this window, and it shows me a number of templates I can use to create my new workbook. For instance, if I want to create a financial portfolio, it gives me a template to do that. An Excel video tutorials app, I can do that with this one. A movie list app, I can do that with this. But for this demonstration, we are going to open up a blank workbook. And this is the first one here. I click that, and this opens up a blank new workbook for me. To close an Excel workbook, I just go to the top right and I click on the X, and the X represents close, and this will close the workbook. Okay, that's one. If I wanted to close this one, and that closes that out. If I want to save a workbook, I can go up to File, and I can click Save if I'm already working in the workbook and I want to save it. If I want to save a new workbook or save an existing workbook and give it another name, I can click Save As. So for instance, if I click Save As, it gives me the choice of where do I want to save it in. I can save it to my SkyDrive, or I can save it to my computer. In this instance, I choose Computer, and then I click Browse. and it's already here. I'm going to save it another name for the purpose of this example. I'm going to click East North Central FT Workers 2, and I click Save, and that saves it as that. As you can see at the top here, it tells you. Okay. Now, if I want to switch between workbooks, let's open up another workbook. Open. I am using Windows 8, and I can come down here and switch between workbooks. On my taskbar, Windows 8 provides the option for me to switch between the workbooks. If I select this option here, I click, I choose this, I can do that, this, I can do that, and that will switch between the workbooks. I can also go up to View and come here and click on Switch Windows, and then I can switch between the workbooks that way. View, Switch Windows, and I am now switching between workbooks. Okay. I can also use the Alt tab. I can, on my keyboard, click Alt and then Tab, and this will expose me to this feature that will give me the option to switch between not just my workbook, but whatever that's open on my screen. Okay, and that's working with workbooks. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.